54% chance of precipitation. There are some winds coming in, but it's 86 degrees, and we can't wait for this very, very important match between the Dominican Republic and Guyana. Here's what it means. A win for either side would punch a ticket into the Under-20 Women's Concacaf Championship. A draw would see the Dominican Republic go through on goal difference. It is all to play for. The Dominican Republic are on home soil. Guyana want to snatch the Group C spot in the Under-20 Women's Concacaf Championship. We will see who gets it done. We will get to the lineups, the kickoff, and more coming up after a quick break.
Damas y caballeros, demos la bienvenida a Guyana y República Dominicana para el partido de esta noche del clasificatorio femenino sub-20 de Concacaf. Damas y caballeros, por favor, ponerse de pie para escuchar el himno nacional de Guyana.
Es del otro lado. 8, 4, 4. Ponle el coil y quítase el coil.
Los caballeros, especiales, viene Guyana, con la número 1, Naya Dirección, con el número 3, número 4, Samantha Sue, número 5, Alicia Watson, número 6, Samantha Daniels, número 9, Samantha Green, número 10, Samantha Murphy, número 11, Samantha Johnson, número 12, Leslie Lewis, número 13, Leslie Black, número 17, James Roberts, director técnico, Paul Guerrero. Y ahora, las de casa, las de República Dominicana.
predict. So difficult to figure out who's going to advance because they've been so good. That's a foul and a free kick to go Dominican Republic's way. Paul Debrew looks on. The Guyana head coach has seen 6 different players score for his group in this qualifying round. 2 games so far, 6 points for both teams. But again, big thing that the Dominican Republic has in their favor here is they have a +2 goal differential. So a draw would be enough. Vargas tracks it down on the far side. Lovely turn to find some space. Great ball into the middle. The header is palmed down by Young, who holds on to it. Another great chance. This time Ariana Diaz nearly scores. Vargas creates it. Diaz gets good power behind it, maybe not as much as she would have hoped for. Nia Grace Young makes a second big important save in 3.5 minutes. Dominican Republic already showing how dynamic they can be. But this is picked off by Glendy Lewis, trying to thread one through in behind. To no avail in the end as it trickles out of play. Two big chances already for the hosts. In Santo Domingo, we did hear some home encouragement as the teams were walking out, which is great to see. And now Guyana with a chance to create something. Great stability on the ball by Johnson. The attack breaks down. Ooh, that might have been handled. Referee Diana Perez is all over it. It's a free kick. Sputtered off the ground and into the hand. And we play on. Outside of the boot pass, nearly finds some space, but it's cut out defensively. Mika Sproxton. And sent forward again by Young. Today Trim captains Guyana today for this all-important Group C finale. Paloma Peña is the captain for the Dominican Republic. In goal, she's been under Speziata Ubri. Thrown in by Clark, who has scored as well for Guyana in this tournament. Good pressure from Guyana here, and they do keep it via a throw. It's going into the penalty area. It needs to be dealt with. Ayasillo is able to clear it for the Dominican Republic. Lovely little dummy turn on the far side. Can Guyana create something from it? Good ball into the middle as well. It's headed down into space for Trim to chase, but in the end, Tapia has it covered, but she gives it back. A shot does come in the end, and Peña down to her right corrals it. DR didn't quite deal with that on the first time of asking, but despite a decent effort, Jada Schoberg, Peña makes the save. Schoberg, one of the few players for Guyana not to have scored yet in the first 2 games. It is Shiana Mars, who we have to watch out for, number 3 in yellow. 8 goals so far this qualifying round. It's the most of anybody. And she nearly got on to the ball on this near side. Closed down by Faith Espiritu Santo. In by Clark. This is Mars. Sienna Mars. 3 players around her. They know how important she is to the Guyanan cause. Wins a throw-in. The ensuing throw, it bounces around on the outskirts of the penalty area. Guyana do well to keep the possession alive. Ball in for Mars, who tried to cross it centrally into the middle. It was the right idea. Dominican Republic come out with it. Chance for Vargas to maraud forward, but she couldn't keep it in play. And Guyana have a throw after another good attacking sequence. And if either side wins, they would advance. And they would take the top spot in the group, and they would go on to next month's Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship. That's what's at stake. However, if there is a draw because of goal difference, the Dominican Republic would win and advance by 2 goals in that tie-breaking category. The challenge there comes in. It was a bit of a drag down by Mars. Referee acknowledges it, but says that the DR still have the ball and can continue on. This is Jackson. Placing a great ball for Vargas again down this near side. Well dealt with defensively at the back by Shamia Daniels. Gonna make sure that Angelina Vargas doesn't add on to her goal-scoring tally of 6. Ball is flicked on by Diaz. Diaz again. Castro helping out initially. The ball is mishit into this corner. Could be kept alive. It nearly was. And it's a throw into Guyana. Down the line it goes off the throw. Great cross into the middle. Vargas actually finds a way to redirect that on target. Give her credit for that. Maya Grace Young had no trouble with it. And despite the Dominican Republic having the better chances, it certainly has been a rather end-to-end first 10 minutes. Both teams certainly going for it, as we were hoping. Controlled by Mercedes initially, but she gives it away. And a big chance is spurned in the end as Pena comes up with the save. The Dominican Republic initially looked like they were going to deal with it, but they lose possession very high up the field. At least from a Guyana perspective. And Guyana nearly pounce on this. It's Mars who makes the challenge, and it's clean. The shot was sent in by Schoberg, and there just wasn't enough venom behind it or placement to beat the goalkeeper. Now Mars is the one that is of concern here. He's been their best player, at least as far as scoring goals, has been concerned, been the highest scoring player at this stage of the tournament. In this qualifying round, I'm sure Coach Aldebro and company are certainly concerned. Mars is back up on her own 2 feet. Republic taking some time to have a conference here, recapping what's happened, what might be to come, as our Guyana, this potentially, if they have to make a substitution here. That's a big if. We haven't seen it happen yet, but is that Mars can continue. She's been so important in the first 2 games of this Group C. I'm sure if you had a hard skip to beat there for a moment. Concerned. But we're able to play on. Keep an eye on Sahana Mars. It's a foul and a free kick. Guyana's way. Schoenberg again trying to make an impact on that far side. Set piece opportunity here. Can Guyana create an opportunity from it? Great ball into the penalty area. It was up for grabs. Still is. Jackson gives chase. It's well cut out by Jackson. Jasmine Jackson, that is. She keeps on going. Had a lot of headway on this near side and does win a throw. Wonderful run from Jasmine Jackson. Sandra Johnson isn't able to win the foot race. Espirito Santo up the pitch. Diaz was on the turn, lost out. Controlled at the back by Mercedes. Outlet it again on this near side to Jackson. Swept away defensively by Clark. Sienna Mars has come back onto the pitch. That's a good sign for Guyana. Jackson wins a corner for the Dominican Republic. Off of Clark. Isabella Ventura will take the corner. It's the DR's turn to try to create something from a set piece. 15 minutes gone. Great service. It was hit at the back post by Stella Tapia. Didn't keep it in the danger area, but it's lofted back in. And well read by Nia Grace Young, who's off to a fantastic starting goal for Guyana. The target was Vallecillo. And now a Guyana player, well, it's Mars again here, who is down. Same player as earlier. You can see she's in a bit of discomfort and will likely need further attention. Now, Coach Paul Giroux really has to think about it here. I'm curious what the course of action will be for a player that's been so important to Guyana's cause to try and qualify for this championship. To revisit that potentially if Guyana does try to make a substitution or if they're forced into one. Young boots it forward. Again, Guyana will be briefly down to 10 players. In the midfield, Lewis putting pressure on. It's sent all the way back to Pena. Pena not given much time to think about it. Great pressure from Jalay Trim, the captain. Dominican Republic, deal with it. Extended pressure, but lovely interplay. Substitution is in the offing, potentially here for Guyana. We'll get to that in a second. Meanwhile, it's Jackson to the byline. Jasmine Jackson wins a corner for the Dominican Republic. Unfortunately, Anna Mars is done. He's done. It's so tough to see.
entra con el número 8.
Ivesi, he's going to come on and replace her. We were all so excited once again to see Sienna Mars tonight. Her game is cut short. Ivesi is on. And Guyana face a corner here. Headed down and kept alive by Diaz. Tapia was closed down. And then the shot is fired in by Vargas, and it's wide of the goal. More pressure from the Dominican Republic. The chance goes past Young's goal. She had it covered, I think. Ciara Ubri has to be very happy with the start as far as the aggressiveness. It's the third good chance they've had. You see there, Facey has come on to try and take the place of Mars. Maybe could be a hero off the bench, an unlikely one, but a hero nonetheless. Long way to go to see what happens on that front. It's been a very vibrant start for both teams, no questions about that. Now Guyana trying to force their way into the penalty area to no avail this time. Out harmlessly for a goal kick. In the midfield, it's controlled again by Jasmine Jackson. Really got past three Guyana, I should say, defenders. Espiritu Santo. Trying to find Diaz. As it always seems to be in these do or die, win or go home games, the first goal always tends to be so important. But it's really more important for Guyana because, again, as it stands, the Dominican Republic would advance on goal difference. That's why this one is so tough for Guyana. Though, of course, on the road, essentially, Dominican Republic are hosting this game. And they have to win, can't drop points if they are to advance. Lovely touch, it slid through, but dealt with defensively. It was a good run by Ayesio. Couldn't quite get it to her, and Vasquez resets for the DR with 20 minutes gone. Pena leading Tapia, although Tapia couldn't quite get there. Nice pressure from Schoberg. Continues to put pressure on Vasquez, but Vasquez combines beautifully with Tapia, and they get out of it. Now on the break, it's a lovely ball played in behind for the Dominican Republic. Angelina Vargas has teammates in the middle. Vargas, backheeled by Ventura. Still Ventura has it blocked. Jasmine Jackson takes aim and sends it over the top. Well, the ball that was floated over the top on the far side was immaculate. Great interplay in the penalty area. It was a good chance for Jackson. Just couldn't quite turn her body to put it on target. Player for Guyana is down. Referee has had a couple looks at it here. Play has continued, and now it will be stopped. More concern for Guyana as far as important players. Sandra Johnson now is slow to get up. Referee helps out. Johnson will come to this near side touchline here, it appears. Dominican Republic can continue. Johnson will try to carry on. It'd be so tough if Guyana would have to make 2 early first half substitutions in such an important game. We'll see. More Dominican Republic pressure. Vasquez is snuffed out, but the DR have a corner. Isabella Ventura from the ensuing corner. Into the middle it goes. It's headed out by Trim. Flared back in, and it was another dangerous ball. Great service again by Ventura. And again, Young, who's had a tremendous start to this game, reads it very well off of her line. And Grace Young has been off to a very good start in goal. This is a nice run. And Johnson. Johnson's cross into the middle is a good one. Chance maybe for a shot, but the DR collapse on it. It's still not cleared. And the shot is back into the middle, and Pena makes a comfortable save, although Banfield hit it rather sweetly. Another look at it. It's a curling effort. Well read by Paloma Pena. Samantha Banfield hit it rather well, but not good enough to beat Pena. Ventura. Dominican Republic have space in front of them again. And the ball into the middle, looking for Diaz, was cut out at a vital moment. Nice turn in the midfield by Castro. Tried to find Jackson, but it rolls harmlessly out of play. It was the right idea after a nice turn by Alexa Castro. In the end, the attack fizzled out. Here's the captain, Jaleid Trim, has 3 goals in the first 2 games here in Group C. If you're just joining us, Guyana had to make an early injury substitution. Zahana Mars has 8 goals in this tournament, the leading goal scorer in the qualifying round of this group stage. Came off with an injury, replaced by Sydney Facey. So Guyana without their leading goal scorer for the duration, and they need to score at least once without reply if they're going to advance. But it's been an enthralling 25 minutes. It really has been entertaining, and it's been well played by both sides. Johnson stood up. I think Guyana are going to hold on to this. It's a throw. Well, Coach Oubre disagreed with that call on the near side. It was tough to tell live. A couple of players went in for the challenge. It was deflected around, but Guyana are the beneficiaries. Flung forward, Diaz tries to hold on to it. Oops, she handled it in the process. Well spotted by Diana Perez in traffic. Free kick for Guyana. They waste no time in taking it. It's a lovely ball down this near side. Challenge in there. Referee says no penalty, no handball, goal kick. Both teams, I think, were looking for a handball against the other. Once again, Diana Perez on top of it. Makes the right call, it appears. Guyana back on the attack. Ball is sent through the middle. Facey was the target. Tried to turn with the ball, but wasn't able to. And Pena collects. Banfield had a really good effort earlier on target. Trying to win that back. Johnson's the target over the top, but it rolls for Pena. After a really active 20 minutes, game has taken a bit of a step down as far as intensity. Knowing the way these two have played in this qualifying group so far, it's going to pick back up any second. Johnson. Banfield does well. Johnson again. Keeps it. Tries to get a return pass. The Dominican Republic that go the other way. Was that handled? Yes, it was. Daniels trying to corral it. Handles it. There you go, just hits the top of her forearm. And it's a set-piece opportunity for the Dominican Republic. DR support making themselves heard here as we approach the half-an-hour mark. This all-important final match day in Group C. Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship Qualifiers. A spot in the big tournament is up for grabs for these two to battle over. Only one will get it. Big set-piece opportunity here for the Dominican Republic. Stella Tapia, who has scored in this tournament, will take it. Tapia's service, and Young just about keeps it away from Vargas. Forward in the midfield. Dominican Republic come out with it. It's another good run. On this near side, lovely little move there by Jackson to get free. Jackson's ball into the middle is well dealt with by Daniels, and Banfield sends it out for a throw. Could have been a very dangerous passage of play from the Dominican Republic, but Guyana do well to snuff it out. The intensity has been high from the kick. First 30 minutes have been can't take your eyes off of it kind of stuff. Mercedes with some good skill. It's tapped forward. Diaz. And Vallecillo, very composed under pressure. Mercedes sends it back. Pena out wide, Tapia. Vasquez, little give and go. Vasquez again. Vasquez tried to find, I think, Castro, but she had long since made her run into the penalty area. Now a push and a chase for Johnson. Johnson looking for help in the middle. Only players in navy blue there. Now then, Vargas. Angelina Vargas to the byline. Cross into the middle for Diaz. Chance for Ventura. Maybe a chance for Castro. Still kept alive. This is Jackson. Lovely skill. But well shepherded out by Clark. And it's a goal kick. Heike Clark has had a very good first half herself, defensively for Guyana. Clark in pursuit of Diaz. Guyana win the ball back, and they win a free kick. Ventura, one too many challenges there. That's good work from Glendy Lewis. Now Clark on the turn. Trying to make something happen at the other end of the pitch. Does her job, wins a throw. The added onus is on Guyana. They can't settle for a draw. A draw would see the Dominican Republic advance on goal difference. Guyana has to win. The Dominican Republic, of course, it's a tough situation, right? A point would get you through, but you can't play for a point and risk of potentially losing all of it. Have to play to win. Both coaches know that. It's always that precarious situation where if you have to take a draw, you will if you're the DR, but playing for one is a very dangerous game. And they certainly haven't been playing for one. They want all 3 points. They want to top the group. And then move on to the big tournament coming up next month. Ball was into the path of Diaz. Deflected by Castro. This is Johnson. Johnson playing one down the line, which Hubry makes a nice catch. Now we know who's been helping Paloma Pena out to become a better goalkeeper. And the Dominican Republic regained possession. Vallecillo sees it deflect out for a throw. Banfield forward. Needs to be dealt with defensively here by Espiritu Santo. It is. Vasquez stays with it. Trying to send it upfield. It's going to trickle out of play. Target was Jackson, who has switched sides, and there's 10 minutes left in the first half. And the live table would see the Dominican Republic win the group on goal difference and advance on 7 points. Guyana has to win the game. This is Vargas. Picked her head up. There was space to aim at. Guyana closed that space down. Castro keeps it barely alive for a moment. But it's won back by Tapia before given right back to Guyana. Now then, Castro for Espiritu Santo. Still Espiritu Santo. She drags it towards the byline, whereas once again, she is met by Clark and closed down. The Dominican Republic, I think we're looking for a corner on that. It's not been given. Assistant referee on the near side says it's a goal kick. A couple of the Dominican Republic players asking for VAR. It's not going to come. That's deflected out for another goal kick. It's tough to tell from our vantage point if it did deflect off of Clark last, but she did make the challenge. Either way, we move on. That pass was nearly picked off a lot higher up the field. Great pressure, though, by Trim to win it back for Guyana. And the referee is going to bring this back for a foul and a free kick. Won by Lewis. Samantha Banfield nearly got one past Pena earlier. It's a good strike. Pena was equal to it. Guyana have had chances, but it's been the Dominican Republic that have had just about the better of this first half to this point. But with that being said, it's been a very even game so far overall, though that's a misplaced pass for Diaz to run onto. Ariana Diaz threading it through. Vargas is offside. Vargas is offside. It will not count. Assistant referee put the flag up immediately on this near side. And the celebrations are short-lived for the hosts. Ariana Diaz did so well initially, and it's Angelina Vargas who just couldn't time the run up to perfection. Tiziana Ubri looks on as her team nearly finds the breakthrough. Another look, and great work by our crew here. Very clear that Vargas was at least 2 or 3 steps offside. And the assistant referee on the near side has it spot on. Ventura, all the way back for Pena. Yeah, the other part of this first half that's been tough for Guyana is losing your leading goal scorer. Mars came off with an injury in the early parts of this first half, has 8 goals in the tournament, leads all scorers. In the entire qualifying round, it was such a tough loss for Guyana so early in the game. We hadn't even played 20 minutes yet. They're trying to work their way through, and the Dominican Republic keep creating chances. Espiritu Santo is in behind, but again, Clark makes a big-time play. Helped out on the back end by Daniels, and it's a throw-in for the Dominican Republic. Those two on this near side, Daniels and Clark, have been doing the job defensively for Guyana. They're going to be called upon again here. This is Diaz. Espiritu Santo's ball into the middle. Nice turn by Castro. And in the end, it doesn't lead to much for the Dominican Republic. But more pressure. And there are 5 minutes remaining, plus potentially some injury time at the end of what's been a very exhilarating half. Plenty for Paul Debrew to think about at halftime. Has to feel like his team is still in good position, but they do need to score a goal and win the game. That's the tough part of the equation. They cannot draw this game, or else the Dominican Republic will advance. And again, that's on goal difference. That's the first tiebreaker after points, of course. These two teams on 6 points coming into the night. This is Diaz. Eliana Diaz assesses her options. She gets to the byline. Cross does take a deflection, and it's well read by Young. Nia Grace Young has had a very good half. 2 or 3 of the saves that she's made have been very crucial. Guyana goalkeeper has been very, very strong so far. Couple good saves from Pena as well, although again, Guyana's chances have been slightly less clear-cut on the whole. Tapia. Ball is threaded in looking for Vargas. Guyana again deal with it defensively. It's a bit of a missed kick at the back. Guyana tried to take advantage of it, but it ends up being given back to Castro. Castro shrugs off a challenge and does give the ball back to Clark. Now Johnson. Johnson is harried. Guyana won a free kick. Referee allows play to continue. Trim does really well in traffic. Johnson tiptoeing the touchline. And then that's going to be a foul and a free kick against Castro. Guyana asking the questions of a potential booking. Dominican Republic felt that there shouldn't have been a foul called at all. But Diana Perez has been sharp today so far, of course, and ends up making, I think, the right decision there. Looked like a foul, but nothing more. Now some concern here for Glendy Lewis, who drew the foul. And she's struggling to continue. And while she's being assessed, there'll be a chance for the teams to talk things over before they have the real halftime team talk. In about a minute and change. Pending stoppage time, of course. Lewis will come off for now. Part for this injury with Guyana is that they can wait this one out a little bit and potentially make a decision at halftime. If there is a problem with Glendy Lewis, then you can reassess during the break and then see if you have to make a halftime substitution. As we do approach injury time here at the end of the first half. It's been the kind of game we were hoping for as we enter 3 added minutes at the end of the half. It's been the kind of game fitting for a do-or-die, win-or-go-home scenario. Could there be a late moment at the end of the first half to see Guyana make something happen? Not to be in this case. ISCO comes the other way for the Dominican Republic. Banfield cuts out her pass into the middle. ISCO stays with it, keeps it in play down the far side. 4 players in the middle to aim at. A shot comes in instead! And it's flashed wide of Young's goal. An ambitious effort. Half of the DR team thought it had gone in. For a split second, I did as well. Diaz with a vicious effort from quite some distance. He was always going to be covered, I think, by Young in the end, but it certainly got some of the fans here up off of their seats. And it was nearly the opening goal. So close, the Dominican Republic, to find the opening goal. But again, I think Young, even if it was on target, would have just about had it covered. It's a lunging tackle by Espiritu Santo. Referee awards Guyana a free kick. We have about a minute of the minimum of 3 added on left to play in this first half. Maybe a late chance here as Facey tries to get in behind. Maybe a foul could have been called there. Referee allows play to continue. Nothing doing, as Tapia was involved as well. Isillo is going to shepherd this out. It's a goal kick, and likely the last major act of the half. It's been a well-played game. It's been a well-officiated game. It's brought the drama we were hoping it would bring so far. Still anyone's game as the first half comes to a close in Santo Domingo. Well, the hosts, I think, had the better of the first half. Guyana certainly had their share of opportunities. Make no mistake about that. Guyana, however, have to win. And as it stands, with 45 minutes left, the DR would go through on goal difference. Big 45 minutes still to come. At the half in the Dominican Republic, it's the DR 0, Guyana 0. Republic at home here in Santo Domingo know that a point for them would be enough to go through on goal difference. Guyana have to win the game if they are to overtake them. Diana Perez blows her whistle, and the team switch sides for the second half. The Dominican Republic attacking from right to left, and Guyana hoping they can score a goal here that could see them go through as Group C winners. Again, the big story from the first half, along with the fact that it was a really well-played half by both teams, was the fact that Sienna Mars left with an injury. 8 goals in this qualifying campaign for Guyana. They've had to try to figure it out without her so far tonight. But they're still very much in the contest, no question about that. Ball played forward here for Vargas. Could be a big chance here to start the second half. Vargas is cut down by Clark. It's a goal kick. Brilliant defending by Heike Clark. She's been doing that all game, number 13 in yellow. And she's able to catch up and deal with Angelina Vargas. And not for the first time. Game has been of a very high quality from both sides so far. Dominican Republic edged it certainly in the first half, certainly as far as clear-cut opportunities. But Guyana had their share of chances. And this game is very much up for grabs. Big saves from Nia Grace Young in the first half for Guyana as well. She had a set piece to see over here from a defensive standpoint. It'll be taken by Stella Tapia. Tapia lofts it in right towards goal! And the header is over the top from Mercedes. Just about a perfectly placed ball here. Goalkeeper was late getting there. And the header just needed to be directed in a downward area. It goes the opposite way. Vibrant start as they started the game from the Dominican Republic. They keep going. Vallecillo is dispossessed. Maybe a chance for Guyana to counter. It's poked through by Lewis. Lewis keeps going. It's still Glendy Lewis. She goes for glory. And Pena knows it's going to go well wide and does. Lewis thought, why not try it? But it was just too far away to really trouble the goalkeeper and couldn't put it on target. Sjoberg, push and chase. There's a whistle. Vasquez was involved in the defending. Must have been from an earlier part of the sequence. Referee gives Guyana a free kick to work with. 3 minutes into the start of the second half. Jean St. Jacques, happy to be with you. It's been a thrilling contest so far. All it needs is a goal that could swing the pendulum one way or another. And if it stays like this, the Dominican Republic would go through on goal differential. Ooh, the initial ball was not dealt with. Big swing on it by Johnson. Didn't go anywhere, but now a chance to counter the Dominican Republic, but the ball was played behind Ariana Diaz. And it trickles out of play for a throw-in on the near side. Vasquez gets it back into play. Falls for Ventura. Vargas may have come from an offside position, but it was touched by Clark. Play is allowed to continue. Tapia. Spread through Vasquez. Sees it taken away by Sjoberg. And it's out for a Guyana throw-in just in front of the Guyana technical area. Second of our 2 games today, Suriname beat Dominica by 2-0 in the first game to take 3rd place in Group C, but this is the blockbuster game of the 2. So far it's lived up to the billing. Lovely ball placed in behind for Diaz. Diaz keeps it in, but didn't have enough time to get back on the ball. The Dominican Republic will settle for a throw. Ball is curled in, helped along by Vargas. Ball is kept alive. It's served back into the penalty area. Ayasillo trying to control it in traffic. Headed back towards the penalty area. Falls kindly for Diaz. And Diaz is fouled. It's a free kick. He wanted to get involved in the scene first before making the call. It's a set-piece opportunity for the Dominican Republic here. Coach Debro knows that they have to defend these set pieces well. They're going to stay in the game. Coach Ubre's side find what could be a pivotal breakthrough. 1 goal would mean that Guyana would have to score 2. Jalen Vallasillo will strike it. Oh, it's a lovely save by Young. Brilliantly done. It was going to curl into the top corner, and Naya Grace Young saves Guyana. It's a sparkling save. It's really well struck, but the save is just a tad bit better from the goalkeeper. She's had a tremendous game in goal, Naya Grace Young. The corner is dealt with. Vallasillo, though, picks up the pieces. Ventura, and then Vallasillo gives it back to Guyana. After, again, have to say, a spectacular save by Naya Grace Young. Flag is going to go up here against Angelina Vargas, and it's a free kick for Guyana. That's the closest the Dominican Republic has come in about 5 minutes. Guyana have had some chances, a few inroads have been made in this second half, but again, on the whole, the DR have been the better side. What really matters, especially in a game like this where it's all on the line, just matters what the score is at the end. Doesn't matter how we get there. That goes for both teams. If it holds again at 0-0 or a draw in general, Dominican Republic advance on goal difference. And now they have a throw, the DR. Pushed on by the supporters who have made the trip to the Estadio Olímpico Felix Sanchez. Hoping the DR can get it over the line. Vargas puts pressure on Clark. Those two have had a great battle tonight, 1v1. Vargas is double teamed and in the end slices it out of play for a goal kick. And the Dominican Republic did most of their goal scoring damage in the first game they played in this group. They put 15 past Dominica. Then they beat Suriname, still respectably, 3-0 in the second game. It was more split down the middle for Guyana, 6 in the first, 10 in the second. Now the two top teams in Group C are at a stalemate through nearly 55 minutes on match day 3. Diana Perez, referee from Mexico, keeping the peace. Banfield's free kick. Headed down by Tapia. Now Jackson. Into space. Still Jasmine Jackson. Jackson will shoot. It's corralled by Young. Well, there were options off to her right. Jasmine Jackson decides to go for the ambitious strike. And with the form that Nia Grace Young has been on, you're simply just not going to beat her from there. Diasillo, who tried to beat her from a free kick earlier. Able to find the overlapping run of Espiritu Santo. Her cross into the middle for Diaz! It's still a chance! They can't smuggle it in! Then Diaz hits the post! And the rebound is blocked away by Sprockton! Last-ditch defending from Guyana. They survive somehow. Goalkeeper misses it. It was a huge chance for Jackson, and then Diaz hits the post before Sprockton denied the third attempt. Vasquez dispossessed. It stays with the Dominican Republic after a wild flurry of chances. Guyana are still in it. Nia Grace Young, it was a rare miscue. She just misjudges the ball when it's played in, thinking it may have taken a touch on the way through. She doesn't get anything on it. And then Diaz and Jackson both had huge chances with the goal gaping to score. Diaz hit the post, and then Sprockton with a huge block to stop a third attempt from coming in. The Dominican Republic huff and puff, but they can't break the door down. Another player down here at the end of a frantic sequence, it must be said. And it's actually Sandra Johnson, who did have an issue in the first half of this game. We've already lost Mars due to injury. More concern for Paul Debrew and his group. Johnson, for the time being, keep an eye on her, is okay. She's scored 1 goal in this tournament so far in the group stage. And we still have 32 minutes left to decide this, and anything is still on the table. Anything and everything is still on the table. Diasillo is dispossessed. Chance to break here for Lewis. There's enough help behind the ball for the DR to snuff out any counter-attacking opportunities. Singh plays it forward. Kept in just about by Shelberg, but couldn't really do anything with it in the end. Lovely touch in space there from Castro. Could have potentially opened up on that far side for Espiritu Santo. She slows it down. Ventura's ball in behind for Vargas is too far. As we approach the hour mark. Tough part here for Guyana, again, for those just tuning in, is that this result would see the Dominican Republic go through. In the live table, because of the +2 goal differential in favor of the hosts, a draw would be enough to see the Dominican Republic punch their ticket. They want to keep going for it. Diasillo tried to chip it, or maybe she mishit it. But Diaz and Vargas trying to set her up. And what a game Nia Grace Young has had. 3 or 4 great saves, one in particular, just jaw-dropping. And had the post aid her on the Diaz attempt a few moments ago. 30 minutes left. Espirito Santo down the line. Diaz settles for a throw. Dominican Republic know that they can essentially, not fully, but essentially put the game to bed with 1 goal. They keep pushing for it. But Young has just been so tough to deal with tonight. Guyana also, I've seen some great defensive moments. Broxton, Daniels, Clark. How good has Clark been tonight? For Guyana at the back. Ayasillo. It's played out wide. It's volleyed wide of the goal. And DR started the first half very similarly to the way they started the second. Very vibrant, creating chances, having the better of it. In the first half, as there's a player down for Guyana here, the game slowed down a bit. That's when Guyana found a foothold in the game. Either side has found the opening goal, and Guyana simply must find it if they're going to advance. Good to see Schoberg is okay to continue. Lovely skill from Jackson. It's good defending. Jackson wins it back. Jasmine Jackson has 2 on her and wins a corner. Could this be the Dominican Republic's moment? From the corner. It nearly fell for Diaz. Vargas blocked off the 6-yard line by Clark. Still not definitively cleared yet. Lewis helps it along. Lewis again kept alive by Tapia. Espirito Santo crossing it. This is Vargas on the turn. Vargas runs out of room, falls for another chance. A spinning effort from Ventura. He's into the waiting arms of Young. Another close chance. Just not enough power in the shot to beat Nia Grace Young. Ooh, this nearly fell for Diaz. Crucial defending by Daniels. Daniels again. Vargas dispossessed. Now Johnson for Guyana. And her pass is cut out. Castro. He's penalized. Well, it's been a tremendous game of soccer tonight. Dominican Republic have had the better of it as far as chances created, but one moment can still turn the game. That's what Guyana are fighting for. One moment, one chance to see themselves potentially steal the glory here. Lewis on the turn. Lewis wins a throw, and beg your pardon, it ended up being Sjoberg after Lewis let it run. Guyana have it with 25 minutes left. And still knowing that one goal could see them win the group and advance. There's really only one goal in it still. Ayesio tries to clear. It's not definitively clear. Banfield was asking for a handball there. It has been given. It's a free kick. Diana Perez sets up the set piece. Well, Guyana haven't had a clear-cut opportunity in quite some time. Could this be their moment to nudge out in front? Pena readies the back line. Samantha Banfield with the service. Into the middle it goes. It's headed away by Mercedes. It's still not definitively cleared. Clark sliding it back in, and then it's definitively cleared away. Guyana try to recycle it quickly. It's given away to Vasquez. Lovely touch here by Diaz. Now the Dominican Republic have some numbers here, and briefly were stretched at the back. Banfield with a crucial touch. Good hold-up play. Guyana can maybe attack again here. Sjoberg on the near side. Banfield's in the middle. Sjoberg still. Centering pass. It's nearly threaded through for a chance as Facey nearly leaked in behind. Vasquez clears. Guyana now trying to push the tempo as they did in the first half around this time. The second half is eerily mirroring the first half. Dominican Republic pressure for the first big chunk of it. Then it slows down, then Guyana get the chance. Banfield into the middle. That one is cleared away. And the further we tick down, the more it could feel like one goal, if there is one to come, would be enough to win this. Here comes a substitution. Damaris Diaz is going to come on for the Dominican Republic. Alexa Castro is going to leave us. Gets a good hand from the crowd and her teammates. So now there are two Diazes on the pitch for the Dominican Republic. Is an attacking substitution to get fresh legs on the pitch. The Dominican Republic, it's their first change of the night. Both teams have only made one substitution so far. Clark, again, is there to snuff it out after nearly overrunning it. Ayesio, lovely turn into space. Well, she fouled, referee says no, allows play to continue. Young, oh, it's off the bar. She misjudged it, and it stings the crossbar on a ball into the middle. It's the second time we've seen that in 2 games tonight. It happened in the first game as well, though I think Christmas for Dominica did get a touch on that. I don't think Young was able to glove it. And Guyana see their qualifying hopes flash before their eyes there very briefly. The Dominican Republic break the door down. Tapia trying to find Ariana Diaz to no avail. And the clock is ticking. Coming down on the last pivotal, crucial 20 minutes of this match. Ventura threaded through in behind by the substitute, Amaris Diaz, but Naya Grace Young is there. And the tension in this match continues to build. That's why we love the beautiful game. In moments like this, anything is still possible. Vasquez fighting with Schoberg, wins it back. Bit of a dangerous pass back, but it's cleared. Ariana Diaz. Jalen Vallecillo. Centering pass for Jaimaris Diaz. Vallecillo. Firing it out wide. Espirito Santo for Vargas. Vargas wins a corner. And that one stung the back of the goal as well. Off a deflection. It already obviously crossed out of play. Anyway, and the DR have another set piece opportunity, putting the pressure on Guyana to try and find that goal that could see them punch their ticket to next month's tournament. Ventura. This hits the corner. It goes out of play behind Young's goal. Other games going on at the moment. Puerto Rico leading Trinidad and Tobago by 3-0. Guatemala leading 3-0 over St. Lucia as well. Belize, Nicaragua still to come later on tonight. That is going to be a pull. Oh, and a free kick. Vargas left a little extra on Clark. At the very end of that play, the whistle had gone. Diana Perez, I don't think is going to bring out a card here, but does want to have a word with Angelina Vargas, who's had a great battle with Clark tonight. They've really been scratching and clawing to get past each other each time, and the stalemate between them has been just as intriguing as the overall stalemate in this game as a whole. Dominican Republic fans here in Santo Domingo trying to help their team over the line. Flag is up here. Referee waves the flag down. Vargas continues. Maybe there was a handball in there. And Perez overrules the assistant, it appears. Jaimaris Diaz is dispossessed. In the end, it doesn't play that big of a role. Facey tried to keep possession. The defensive work there from Mercedes is strong. One Diaz finds another. Jaimaris Diaz trying to slice a pass through the back line. She gets another chance at it in possession. Espirito Santo. Ariana Diaz. Into the middle for Vargas. Jaimaris Diaz will take aim. Ooh, and it nearly fell through for Jackson. Young is the one that collects at the end. Now this is the tough part. The Dominican Republic can't find a way through, but Guyana need a goal. They have to score if they are going to advance. Again, worth reiterating, Guyana cannot afford to draw this game or lose this game. They have to win it because of the goal difference tiebreaker to overtake the Dominican Republic in the group. A draw would see Guyana end the campaign unbeaten, but also see them miss out on a trip to the Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship. This ball is threaded into the penalty area, but again, Paloma Pena is there to take charge. through for Diaz. Ariana Diaz, that is. Again, the Dominican Republic so good at quickly retaining possession and building forward. It's been, if they do see this out, it is what is going to be the difference in this game. They've just had more of the ball, more chances. And with 15 minutes left, again, the Dominican Republic don't have to score, but if they do, Guyana would need to score too. And at this stage of the game, that might be too much to ask. We'll have to see. Ariana Diaz wins a corner for the Dominican Republic. More defending to do for Guyana. Jamaris Diaz will take the corner. Well, this served into the near post. It's an acrobatic clearance by Trim, the captain. Sent back in by Vasquez. Can Guyana get out of their own end here? Not if Vargas has anything to say about it. It's kept alive by Sjoberg, although I think the assistant did put her flag up. And the Dominican Republic get the throw in the end. Sjoberg did ever so well to try and save it, to no avail in the end. Oh, bit of confusion here. I think there was confusion over whose throw it was from the Guyana touchline. There was a bit of a discussion before the Dominican Republic were given the free kick. I should say the throw-in, beg your pardon. In the end, it's a drop ball to allow us to restart. Jamaris Diaz couldn't fit in the pass on that occasion. Now then, Vallecillo tumbles over. Sjoberg commits the foul. Looks like it's just going to be a free kick. 13 minutes left. Oh, there was that collision with Ventura. Away from the ball. Referee didn't spot it. That was just after the, I should say just before, the sequence that we just witnessed live happened. Tapia from the free kick. Plenty of blue shirts in the middle. Diaz's header is skyward, and so is the clearance. It could be an over-the-back foul. It is. Free kick for the Dominican Republic just outside of the arc of the penalty area. And by Renata Mercedes, and well, that's rather clear cut. Trim over the top, and this is where Vallecillo nearly produced some magic if it weren't for Nia Grace Young earlier in the half, who made a tremendous save from a free kick that was taken from a very similar position, maybe just slightly more central. Can Young come up with the goods again? Can the Dominican Republic take a giant step towards next month's Concacaf Under-20 Women's Championship? Vallecillo strikes, and this one was easier than the last for Young. We still wait on the edge of our seats for the opening goal. Vallecillo loses out. Banfield leads the break, looking for Johnson. Dominican Republic will settle for a throw as Espiritu Santo clears it out of play as we tick down on 10 minutes left. Coach Ubre's group just needs a draw, but they have to make sure Guyana don't score. If they do, that very well might be that. Vargas stays with it, gets past one challenge. Ariana Diaz. Diaz against Clark. Lovely turn from Diaz. Cross into the middle, the header is down, and it's wide from Vallecillo. A chance to potentially punch the ticket there. Goes wide of Young's goal, and the header was never going to go on target. Vallecillo didn't realize where she was on the pitch. And another chance goes begging for the Dominican Republic. Guyana make a change in the meantime. Casey, who came on for Mars earlier, is substituted off. Alexis Bailey comes on, knowing that Guyana need a goal to advance. High drama here in Santo Domingo. The hosts, the Dominican Republic, are in good shape, but one goal either way could totally change the equation. And there's still 9 minutes plus stoppage time left to play. Are we going to see a late moment of magic or a few twists and turns of drama? Maybe a little bit of both, we'll see. Ball is played out wide for Espiritu Santo. Diaz, Jana Vasquez, Ariana Diaz, gives it away to Clark. Now Guyana with a chance to potentially counterattack here. Ball is threaded through the middle. Maybe an opportunity here for Trim. Playing it out wide for Johnson. Schoberg's in the middle. Johnson gets some space. Crossing it in. Headed away by Espiritu Santo. It's still not cleared, and now it is. That's what Guyana have to do. They need to create something. Vallecillo through the middle. It's a lovely ball! And Clark cuts off Vargas before the leading goal scorer for the DR could take aim at the target. Vallecillo, I mean, this is a gorgeous ball through the middle. Vargas is about to pounce. But as Clark has done all night, she is able to close down the danger. It leads to another set-piece opportunity for the Dominican Republic. Fans are behind them. Maris Perez. Diaz with the corner. Young with the corral. Service just not far enough into the penalty area there, and Young reads it very well off her line. And the pattern between the first half and the second half, eerily similar. The Dominican Republic in both halves have dominated for the first 20 minutes. Then for about a 10-minute period, the game slows down a bit. Then we see Guyana get into the game. They create chances. And then the Dominican Republic pick it up again after that. Can someone find a breakthrough? Another shot comes in from quite some distance. Ventura sends it soaring over the top of the net. Was deflected. Falls for Vargas. He knows that there's help behind her. Espiritu Santo is that help. Cross into the middle is blocked by Clark. And it's another Dominican Republic corner. With 6 minutes of the 90 left. Of course, we're likely going to have some injury time on the back end of that. More work for Young and company. Diaz. First attempt is blocked off. Recycled by Ventura. Maris Diaz looks to service it back in. Nearly fell from Mercedes. It's not there. Guyana clear it for now. Vasquez does well to regain possession. It can be recycled. Vallecillo. 2 in the middle. Ariana Diaz. Jamaris Diaz. It squeaks through. Johnson couldn't clear it. And it's a goal kick. Dominican Republic thought there was an extra deflection there. As did Coach Ubri. A goal kick has been given instead after the great extra work from Espirito Santo. And Johnson was involved as well, but the referee has seen it go Guyana's way. Can Guyana get it back up the other end? They have to score a goal. They have to win the game. A draw would send the Dominican Republic onward and upward. Vasquez. Still Vasquez. Lovely shift from Jackson. And Jackson's ambitious effort flies over the top of the bar. We're getting close to now or never time here in Group C. Ariana Diaz. Espirito Santo out wide. They're flooding forward, the Dominican Republic. Ball is in the middle for Diaz. Vallecillo recycles it. Can she find a teammate in the penalty area? She looks for a new angle. Vallecillo is harried. Referee allows advantage to keep it with the Dominican Republic in circulation. A good ball is lofted in towards Diaz. Young had to make sure she got there after not being able to catch it out of the air. Let it bounce, which can be dangerous. But Nia Grace Young makes the play again. Now then, Vasquez. Harried on this near side by Trim. We played forward here by Tapia. 3 minutes of the 90 remain. Vallecillo. Vasquez. Mercedes sends it forward. Out wide here for Espirito Santo to chase. It's flicked into the penalty area for Angelina Vargas. But it is cleared out for a Dominican Republic throw-in. 6 goals in the qualifying stage for Vargas. She's come close multiple times, as has Ariana Diaz and others. This is Diaz. Sent into the middle. A spinning shot. Could fall for Vargas. But Young is there first. Again, a draw would be enough if it holds for the Dominican Republic to top Group C and advance to the Under-20 Women's Concacaf Championship. Guyana have to win. Goal difference would see them miss out, but the Dominican Republic know that there is still a good chunk of time left here. A goal from either side at this point would surely be decisive, one way or the other. But will we get one? And if we don't, Guyana would be the ones that wouldn't make it through. Have to give credit to both teams. They've been the top 2 in the group from the beginning. And we've had a tremendous contest. And the 2 have met here on match day 3. Tapia. Dominican Republic have been surging over the last 15 minutes. In for Diaz. Jamaris Diaz joins the attack. Espirito Santo's ball into the middle. Young spills it. Cleared away by Sproxton. And the flag was up anyway for offside. It would not have counted, even if Young's miscue briefly could have fallen for a Dominican Republic striker like Vargas, the goal would not have stood. Well, the Dominican Republic substitutes can sense that they're nearly there. They nearly scored here. And again, the flag did go up against Vargas. And we enter 2 added minutes. Guyana have to score. The Dominican Republic can hold on. They will advance as the Group C winners. It's a shame that both of these teams can't advance to the tournament next month. Both have been tremendous tonight, but only one can go through. Does Guyana have a late twist in store for us? Ball is played forward. Pena needed to get that right and did. As Trim tried to make a run in behind. There's about a minute left for Guyana to try and find a late winning goal. Dominican Republic were trying to go for the jugular. Now they're, I think, okay with letting the clock run out here and leaving it at 0-0. I think they would take it. There's still a minute left for some late drama to occur. Vallecillo sends it forward. Now Diaz. Jaimaris Diaz runs onto it. Vargas now trying to get to it. Vargas has it for the Dominican Republic. Jaimaris Diaz trying to get it to Ariana Diaz. Jaimaris Diaz gets it back. Young is able to scoop it in front and send it forward with about 30 seconds left. Guyana have to score a goal here. They don't have much time to waste. Clark threading it through. Banfield sending it forward. Cut out by Tapia. Espirito Santo brings it forward. Clark. Vargas. Vargas crosses it. It is deflected. Referee took a brief look at her watch. It's going to be a Dominican Republic throw. We've had the 2 minutes of injury time. They're waiting for the moment to come, but it's going to have to wait. Or maybe not. The full-time whistle will go before the substitutions are made. And the Dominican Republic on home soil advance to the Under-20 Women's Concacaf Championship. 0-0 is enough. And on goal difference, Betzadia Ubri's group tops Group C and will advance with the 5 other group winners to play for the Concacaf Women's Under-20 title next month. A valiant effort from both teams. Again, said it earlier, both deserve to go. Both finish on 7 points, but on 18 goals, or I should say plus 18 to plus 16. Dominican Republic advance on a +2 better goal difference and will play alongside the U.S., alongside Mexico, and the other top teams at this level at the Under-20 Women's Concacaf Championship. Spare a thought for Guyana. They had a tremendous campaign. They leave unbeaten, but on the goal differential tiebreaker, they are not able to advance. Tough in particular for Hannah Mars, their top goal scorer, who was injured in the first half, but the fans that have shown up tonight will get to celebrate as it finishes Dominican Republic 0, Guyana 0. And on goal difference, Guyana go out. Dominican Republic on 7 points are able to advance. It really was a tremendous finale to this Group C stage of the qualifiers. We saw Suriname win 2-0 earlier and advance. And this time it was only a draw that was needed for the Dominican Republic. They got what they needed and they advanced. We take a look at the full-time highlights from one of the best games of the day here at the Concacaf Under-20 Women's Championship. Again, going in, the Dominican Republic knew they just needed a draw to advance. They didn't play like that. Vargas had a chance inside of 3 minutes to open the scoring, but Nia Grace Young made one of her, well, multitude of tremendous saves tonight Vargas had the best of it early on for the Dominican Republic. Great ball in behind. Ayasio's header again saved by Young. The catalog of saves from Nia Grace Young tonight was just about limitless. Guyana did have chances. Schoberg on a good strike there. Pena was able to make the save. Then Vargas flashed it wide of the post. Young knew exactly where it was going. Then Banfield with a good effort. All this coming in the first half. Strikes it well. Pena was equal to it. Then Diaz really got going in the first half. This ball did go in from Vargas, but the flag was up and the offside negated the Dominican Republic moment there in the first half. And again, Ariana Diaz took aim quite some distance out, worth a second look at it. It was a fizzer of a strike. Young would have had it covered if it was on target. It didn't go in. Second half was a bit more of the same, mostly dominated by the Dominican Republic, but Guyana had chances. This was Tapia's cross into the middle and the header from Mercedes that went over the top of Young's goal. If he just directed it downward, it likely goes in to the back of the net. Then Vallecillo breaks out a huge save out of Young. Lovely, lovely curling effort. But Nia Grace Young, arguably one of the best players of the match, came up with the save of the day at the Concacaf Under-20 Women's Championship. Then Jackson had an opportunity as well from quite some distance. Once again, Young had it well covered. Then Jimenez Diaz tried to poke one through. Jackson couldn't get a piece of it. Then a great turn from Ariana Diaz to find some space. This was a big chance from Vallecillo as well. She headed it wide of Young's goal. This was all towards the back end of the second half. But in the end, it was enough. 0-0 was enough to see the Dominican Republic move on. And they get to celebrate here in Santo Domingo as they win the group on goal differential and advance to the Under-20 Women's Concacaf Championship. What a game for both teams. Again, Guyana, have to wish them all the best. It was a tremendous effort. They deserved to go, but in the end, only one could advance, and the Dominican Republic do so. Here's how it looks at the end of proceedings. On goal differential, the Dominican Republic are confirmed as Group C winners. They advance to the Concacaf Under-20 Women's Championship to be played in May through June. And it really was a tremendous group to see play out. Again, Guyana worthy to advance, but in the end, it finishes Dominican Republic 0, Guyana 0. The Dominican Republic advance to the Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship on goal difference. For our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques. So long from Santo Domingo, and congratulations to the Dominican Republic.